I've been here, there, everywhere.
This is the RV Show. Oh, g'day, it's Scott Gibbons, and we're back now. A couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, we had Jaclyn Bold from Bold Trailer Caravan Repair Centre. Now, here's the important thing. The feedback I got from you, the listeners, was that she is so knowledgeable and so spot on. So I got talking to Jaclyn, and I said, what's another topic that you reckon would be really interesting for the listeners? And you came up, Jaclyn, with?
When you should actually make a claim on your insurance policy.
When you should make a claim on your insurance policy. That's good. That's good.
It really is, because we have, as an independent insurance repairer, I have conversations with customers about their insurance policies on a daily basis, and so many of my wonderful customers do get a little bit confused about what they can and can't claim. And we are right now in peak travelling season for Australia, summer and storm season, and the two combined mean that accidents and storm damage happens, and insurance policies need to be at the forefront of people's minds when they have a bit of a bingle or a bit of an issue.
Yeah. So tell me the story.
Basically, the number one thing is be insured. Now, I know that insurance is money out first before anything, but for a lot of your listeners, Scott, they've invested some serious money into their recreational vehicles. Be it a motorhome, a caravan, a camper trailer, it doesn't matter. It's a large sum of money. So having that insured for the inevitable is very, very important. Now, there's lots of insurance companies, and absolutely shop around. No two policies will be the same. And the big thing to remember is don't underinsure. So if you've just spent $60,000 on a van, don't insure it for $40,000. Because if something happens, that's when it comes back to bite you on the backside.
It does, doesn't it? You can't underinsure, and that goes with cars or houses or
Absolutely.
Your caravan or camper car.
You know, we're talking about towing fun, but that includes your tow vehicle. So think about that as well. A big thing to remember that the policy for the car will not cover your caravan, your camper trailer, your box trailer, whatever you're towing behind it. That towing part of a car policy usually only covers maybe $1,000, not much.
Yes, good point.
So having that independent insurance policy for your caravan, your camper trailer, your RV, boat trailer, whatever it might be, make sure you've got that. Now, the big thing is to read your policy. The devil really is in the detail, and it's all that small font that no one ever wants to read. But that's where you actually know what you're covered for, how much for certain things, any special rules or conditions they've tried to sneak in and hide in there somewhere. You need to understand that PDS, that product description statement.
Yes.
And often they'll send it in a book in the mail afterwards, or it's, eons of pages or a click box online, and people just click yes and pay the amount without reading it.
Yes.
It's on you to read that, because heaven forbid if ever you have an accident or a claim and you need to sort of be a little bit stern with the insurance company, you need to know how to play their game with your policy.
Yeah. Good point.
It really is, because it comes down to, not all policies are the same. They all cover different things. They cover different things for different amounts. That includes, let's say add-ons that we add to our vehicles. Yeah. Solar panels, awnings, bike racks. The bikes, if they're on the bike rack, knowing what's in that fine print will help you understand whether you're automatically covered under your policy for those additions, or whether you need to actually tell them that you've got a bit more and it has to be on as like a special item. Yes. Because it's how you want to tow.
And a good idea to keep a receipt for whatever. If you've bought new bikes and you put them on the back, then have the receipt and have a photo of yourself with those bikes so that they know that it's real. Because if you don't have the photo, often
a photo of, really good thing to have is take a photo of all four sides of your vehicle. So in each photo, the complete, like left side, right side, front and back is in it, showing the number plate, and also handy to have a photo of your compliance plate.
That's a good idea.
It proves it's your vehicle.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's one of the things we have to include if we have to do a quote for the insurance company if there's a claim,
Yeah.
is those photos are at the very, very bare minimum before we have to add lots of extras as a repairer.
Yeah.
But it's always helpful, and heaven forbid, if your vehicle's stolen and you have to claim for complete loss through theft,
Yeah.
you've got photos proving your vehicle.
Good thinking. I'll go out and take my photo now.
It sounds dreadful that you have to think like that sometimes, but
No.
that those little steps can make it easier if the worst case happens. And that's
Yeah.
what insurance is about, is insuring you for worst case scenarios.
Yeah. No, I was listening to a show the other day, and they said with jewellery insurance, make sure you've got a photo of yourself wearing your jewellery. So it might be your nice watch or your necklace, bangle, bracelet, whatever it be. Have a photo of yourself wearing it so they know that it was actually in your possession and you're not just something that you're claiming.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll have to do that one.
Yeah.
So you take the photos of your van, I'll take the photos of my watch.
But I know when you go into some places, and especially yours, where you get the van serviced, you come out and take photos to make sure that there's no damage or whatever damage is there was already there. And I think that's a very shrewd thing to do.
It's the unfortunate reality.
Yeah. Now,
but it also gives us a good history of a vehicle.
yeah. Now
So there's multiple reasons for doing that. But that's very different to our listeners that are on today and their travels if something happens to them.
Exactly.
One of the most common things that happens is a post that's in the ground will jump out in front of the vehicle at the petrol station.
Yes, they do. They do.
They jump out, It doesn't matter they're concreted in, but they'll jump out and they'll hit the vehicle.
Yeah, there's no warning sign either.
No, that's a very common one.
Yeah.
So obviously when you have damage like that where you hit something, you can claim on your insurance. Another big one to be aware of is your awnings.
Yeah.
So the majority, and I'll say the majority because not all, again, this is where you need to read your fine print. The majority of insurance companies and insurance policies for caravans and camper trailers, etc., have automatic cover for the awning that is on the side of the vehicle, on the side of the van. But many of them will only cover the awnings up to a certain age. Some are 5 years, some are 7 years, because the awning will naturally delaminate and deteriorate over time. But they'll cover it. The majority I see is for 7 years.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. You're gold, Jaclyn. You're gold.
I really hope this helps because awnings would be one of the most common repetitive insurance claims because we set up at the campsite or wherever we're going to stay for the night. Out comes the awning, in it goes, and you might just go for a walk around the campsite or storm rips through fast or you've gone into town to pick up some messages and you come back and the awning's ripped or flipped over the back of the caravan or completely sort of twisted because the storms ripped through or the winds have whipped up.
Alrighty.
It's an insurable claim.
Okay, so get multiple quotes, talk to various insurers, read the PDS before you pay for it, and make sure that you've got photographs of everything.
Yep.
Of your van, of your compliance plate especially.
When to make a claim.
Yeah.
So it's any time that it's like accident or storm damage is the easiest way to think about it. So crashes, scrapes, anything that was like an incident, trees fell on it, hail damage, hailstorms, absolutely 100% insurance claim.
Wow.
Strong winds can, rip hatches and latches and damage windows and awnings. Anything that actually occurred due to an incident is an option to claim.
So storms are the big thing.
Storms are a big one. So storm damage, hail damage, bushfires. This is Australia and we have bushfires. Wow. So you can have damage through the bushfires, obviously through direct fire impact, but also smoke impact.
Alrighty. Well, we better play you a song. Hey, Jaclyn, you're with Bold TCRC. I know that. We're not allowed to do an ad, but we are allowed to say thank you because you were a friend of the show. And I know you're in Sydney and you do great work, but I reckon you deserve a song. So what song would you like?
Oh, look, this time of the year, let's go Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Thunderstruck? You're talking about storms and you want to get Thunderstruck?
Absolutely.
Oh, you are classic. All right, here comes Thunderstruck, AC/DC. Jaclyn Bold, you are wonderful. Thanks for being a friend of the show. You've got it.
Absolute pleasure. Happy any time to help.
Good on you.